my life. Last week, Beth talked about people who have faced death and what becomes of survivors. They are changed, but how? Does prayer show up? Do they really become fearless? Sometimes they do. I'm a survivor, and here's my story of change. At 31, I was married with 2 children and a third on the way. Life seemed pretty good. One day after a routine prenatal check, we were summoned back to a doctor's office, where he told us there is no easy way to tell you this. You have invasive cancer, and you must go downtown immediately. Our world came to a halt. The rest of the world moved on. Within a week, I was admitted to VGH and underwent major surgery. Friends and family delivered food, flowers, and cards for weeks. There was one card in particular that had a profound effect on me. My mother's good friend, an Anglican, wrote telling me that her congregation had prayed for me. Why on earth would these people pray for me? They don't know a thing about me. Why would they do that? I recall feeling a little bit uncomfortable with the idea, but the loving words would not go away. They floated to the surface time and time again, providing comfort. The diagnosis was something akin to a physical blow, a wrenching feeling of separation between my body, my thoughts, and my feelings. I was furious, heartbroken. How could you let me down? I have been so good to you. I eat proper foods, I quit smoking, I exercise, I stay fit. How could you do this to me? I kid you not, I was talking to myself and I was pissed off for months. I shared my theory of separation with a deep thinker, and she pondered, what if it was not your body and spirit separating, but coming together with a thud? Would that feel like a WWF slam? Possibly. How do I bring peace to a divided self? I had no history of prayer or organized religion and felt very alone. One day, my daughter came home from school with a Catholic reading. Now, in good United Church thinking, I changed some of the gender stuff. The words wrapped around a very deep ache in my heart, and it soothed it. God has created me to do some definite service. She has committed some work to me that has not been committed to another. I have my mission. I may never know it in this life, but I shall be told it in the next. I am a link in a chain, a bond of connections between persons. She has not created me for naught. I shall do well. I shall do God's work. I shall be an angel of peace, a preacher of truth in my own space, a servant in her calling. Therefore, I will trust, wherever I am, that I cannot be thrown away. If I am in sickness, my sickness will serve. If I am in sorrow, my sorrow will serve. In perplexity, my perplexity will serve. She does nothing in vain. She knows what she is about. I may lose my friends, be thrown among strangers. My spirits may sink. She may hide the future from me. Still, she knows what she is about. I can never be thrown away. Truly, there are no orphans of God. By now, I was starting to see a real connection of spirit and physical well-being. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I was still going for checkups regularly at the cancer clinic, weekly, monthly, yearly, for 10 years. So it was probably inevitable that I was having trouble letting go of my experience. I began to hear my family and friends say, let it go, you just have to let it go. But how could I let go of something that was now a part of the geography of my life? I started to feel a bit guilty, as if I was defective for not getting on with things. I don't know how to take the next step. In a moment of enlightenment, it came to me, a few words of wisdom. Your past will always be there. If you need to revisit, go there for a short visit, but don't stay. Your baby didn't disappear in your memory, nor in your hopes. What now? I had to give myself permission to hang out in the past, just from time to time, and to forgive myself if I forget something about it. I don't know when I started to live a fearless life, but the answer is in hindsight. I started to fill my life with joyful experiences. In order to do so, I had to become less fearing. Not quite fearless. It doesn't happen overnight. I had to build new and happy memories that were going to balance the deep hurt and sadness. I would carry it around for years. What is the worst that can happen? Worse things have happened for sure, and worse things are going to happen again. My motto became, I will not back away from an opportunity because I am afraid. I noticed that when I did that something that took me out of my comfort zone, it was a deposit into my courage account. Soon I was on the lookout for opportunities that I might not have considered before. Often it is not the thing, it's all the other stuff that can happen around the thing. If you fear less, even for just a moment in time, the rewards become exponential. So baby steps. The second thing that happened is I started to appreciate how resilient I am. We all fail, but a survivor is one step ahead, having weathered a major battle. So it's easier for us than for someone who has never had to face a life-altering event. Survivors are resilient, but can be reluctant to embrace it for the fear of the past. I mean, really, who wants to bring up hurt again? But do embrace it. It is a strength. After years of practice, I have become an expert at failing. Sometimes failing is the known because the intention is in the joy of trying. I have very little baggage now. Everything I need to get through a difficult time is in my little toolbox. It contains patience, forgiveness, love, humor, thoughts and behaviors that may include some ice cream, and of course a hammer for those pesky experiences that require a good knock. I challenge all of you to live your life as a survivor if you're not already one of us now.